Join me on the mat and we will begin. We will begin. So find yourself here. Know that we're moving into this new year. And today we're going to bring a bit of focus to core. So abdominal core, yeah, we've been eating a lot. Now we got to pay attention. So let yourself to the ground. Come on down and we will check in and see what's going on. So begin there. Come on down. Check in, check in, check in. And so shoulders and back relax, knees are bent, hips relax, feet relax, and so we check in. Any injuries, any problems, any little stiff neck things going on? So we can sleep with the shoulder crooked and wake up with the shoulder stiff, that kind of thing. And then there's the longer term stuff that we take care of, and so we pretty much know what those are. So today we're bringing a bit of focus to abdominal core. And if you think of the spine as running through the center of the body, and last week we worked with strengthening the back. So this week we're bringing the focus to the front of the core. So let's go ahead and bring the hands there and see what we notice. So we're talking about a long, strong muscle that runs the full length from the middle of the breastbone to the pubic bone. This muscle's name is rectus abdominis. And then coming in from each side on an angle in transverse abdominis. So here's where we will be both strengthening and stretching, but first identifying. So as the hands rest, so let the hands rest and touch, and one hand stretches below the navel and the other hand stretches above. So this is the length of the muscle we're talking about, rectus abdominis. And as we just relax here, it's a bit soft. And that's the way it should be. It's relaxed. As you inhale, feel the belly expand. And as you exhale, just feel it soften and relax. Let that expansion take place. So the breath is moving through the nostril, down into the lungs, and all the way, because the diaphragm drops down, and that's what expands the belly. Let it happen. And then on the exhale, the diaphragm moves up and the belly softens. So when we're working with core, we're talking about several options, and one is strengthening, that's from contracting, and the other is stretching. So we need both to keep the core resilient, responsive. So let's feel it first. As we lift the head, you'll feel the muscle contract under the fingers. As you bring the head down, you feel it relax. Yes. So you may feel it more on the relaxed phase, but let's lift it again and stay. There's a bit of contraction under each finger that's lifting the weight of the head. And now bring it down and feel that whole region soften and relax. Take a breath. So we lifted the head and contracted the core. Now we're going to bring some work into the lower core by moving the legs. So there's a muscle that attaches through from the spine to the top of the leg, and it lifts the leg, and it is at the base of the core. So let's feel it. Extend one leg and lift the foot and feel the contraction under the fingers. Yes. Feel that contraction reaching all the way up, and bring the heel down and feel it soften. Feel it soften. Lift it again. Feel contraction. Bring it down. Feel soften. Now let's try the same on the other side. Extend the other leg. Lift the heel. Feel contract under the fingers. And when you bring the heel down, feel the letting go and softening. And try it again. Lift, contract, release, and soften. Soften. Come back to rest. So that's all about contraction. Let's bring that leg back and feel stretch. Bring one arm overhead and feel that stretch through the core on this side. Feel that stretch. Okay, bring it down and feel that side relax. Now the other side, bring it overhead, feel stretch. Feel the stretch. Which side has the stronger stretch? That's the tighter side. Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. Feel it relax. Bring both arms overhead. Now it's a more powerful stretch. Feel that stretch from the rib cage all the way to the navel and wherever you feel it. It's exactly right for you. And let's bring the arms back down. Now we'll try a slightly different variation on that theme. Press the waist to the ground, hold it down. Hold the waist to the ground, do not let it lift as you bring the arms overhead. So this changes the dimension of the stretch a bit. Changes it a bit, so there's contraction in the lower core, there's stretch in the upper core, feel it. Final breath, bring it back down and let the waist lift and relax. Take a breath. Take a breath. So now we'll feel the full range of the core as it contracts as we move through bridge. So feet are hip width apart, arms are alongside, press the feet, lift the hips, press the hips high. Now take your time coming down. Feel the contraction high, moving to middle, middle, moving to low, rounding, rounding, rounding down. The contraction in the front promotes the stretch in the back. Take a breath. Press again, lift the hips high. Stay a moment, feel the contraction in the back of the legs and into the low back and the stretch in the front of the quads. Press the hands down, feel extra work, the upper shoulders and upper back. Soften the hands slowly as you can. Round your way, bit by bit by bit through the spine, rounding, rounding, rounding back to rest. Take a breath. Let's see if we can round up. So this will be contracting core from the lower to the upper. Lift the tailbone, press the waist. Feel that contraction. Press the feet, come up to the waist. Feel that contraction. Moving up the line, moving up the line, moving up the line. Pause here and slowly down, bit by bit. Round your way through the spine, feeling contraction high, high to middle, middle and middle to low. Here we go. Relax. Breath. Relax. Breath. Relax. So now we'll pick up the knees and just bring some stretch into the low back and circle the knees a bit. Circle the knees. Massaging low back, increasing circulation, releasing tension. Pause, circle other way. A few. On your own comfortable pace, making those circles wide or small. See what feels good. Coming home to the body, taking charge of our aging process. That's what we're up to. Pause, hug it in, hug it in, hug it in, and release hands behind the knees. Extend one leg until you get stretch and release. Extend the other leg, find stretch and release. Continue on the inhale, extend. On the exhale, release. Inhale, extend till you find stretch and release. The leg does not need to go straight. You're finding in the belly of the muscle, the power of the muscle needs to stretch right here. If you're feeling it behind the knee, it's too much. Soften the knee a bit. Get that stretch in the belly of the muscle where it can respond. If you find it behind the knee, ease it up, soften the knee, and feel that stretch move where it needs to be. Down. Now, notice the waist. Is it on the ground or not? Just depends on your structure, but let's extend both heels. What is the waist doing? What is the low back doing? So the effect of these muscles affects the low back and the waist and what's going on in the core. And release and circle again. Circle again. Circle both ways. And come to a rest. Open the arms wide. We move into spinal twist. So I like the image of wringing out a towel. So you know when you wring out a towel, you're squeezing the juice out and then you release it and you wring it the other way and squeeze the juice out. It's the same with abdominal core. When we bring the knees to the side, we're squeezing and wringing out the towel, the circulation. When you come back, circulation restore. Squeeze it out, bring it in. Squeeze it out, bring it in. your own comfortable pace with this. How deep it goes is just warm up. Remember that. We're warming up the body. Side to side, turning the head away, moving with the breath, wringing out the core, increasing circulation. That's good. Keeping elasticity. That is essential. Keeping resilience. Why? So we can do the things we love to do. Yoga is not about yoga. It's about you. Back to center. Back to center. Pause. Relax. Feel breath. Feel sensation. Whatever you notice. A couple more breaths here. Then we'll release and come over onto the knees. So when you're ready, release the arms. Roll over to one side. Find the mat if you like. Come on to hands and knees. So we'll begin working a little bit with core, looking at it from several aspects of contraction. So hands and knees, Chakravakasana. So let's do a few. Pull the belly in, drop the elbows, glide back and return. Just get started with a few Chakravakasana, your own comfortable pace, warming up, stretching. When you return, pause. So now when we come back, we're going to bring a strong contraction to the belly. We'll do a couple of those. So when I say pull the belly in, this is an exhale. Pull the belly in. Come on back and return. Pull the belly in. Slide back and return. The next two, the final two, will be pull the belly in, pause on empty. So let's see what empty feels like. Pull the belly in, feel empty. That's it. So we'll do that with Chakravakasana. One, pull the belly in, elbows wide, move on back, get on empty, pause on empty. 1, 2, and return. Pull the belly in, squeeze the breath out, pause on empty. 1, 2, and return. Breath free. So now let's come to our angry cat, dropping chin, dropping tailbone, rounding spine, pressing down through the hands and up through the ribs, come through to the core. It's all contracted. It's all contracted as we stay, and that's what allows us to stretch the back. The front is in, contract, and release. And release. So now we're going to stretch the core. So I'm going to move my mat a little bit for the knees and extend. Drop the hips down, lift the ribs, lift the chin, stretching core. Feel it. Pull the belly in, easy, soft stretch back. So this is a focus on the stretch. Drop the hips down. You can do tailbone tuck if that's better for your back. Stretching core, stretching core, stretching core, and release back. Stretching core. Stretching core, stretching core. Release back. So both the contract is for strength and the stretch is for balancing it all out. Keeping resilience. Stretching core, final one. Press back, stay, relax. Breath free. So we're ready to release and come on up to stand. So make your way to your standing place. Make your way to stand. And so from here, let's find that inner mountain. Toes relaxed, knees unlocked. Tailbone tuck for some. Shoulders up, back and down. Extension through the crown. Feel the breath. Feel the energy in the body. Solid, steady, strong, and still. Breath settling. Final release. So we'll move through our forward bend, side stretch, chair series. with emphasis on what's happening with the exhale breath. So first set, I'll call it mindless. Inhale, lift, exhale, down. Come on up on the inhale breath and check out the side stretch and return. Check out the other side stretch, return. Sweep the hands behind, drop down to the chair and come back up. Exhale down. Inhale, return to the side and back. To the other side and back. Bring the hands behind and drop back down. Come back up. Release the arms. Now the second set will be contracting core consciously. So that will be on each exhale. We'll be consciously contracting core. Inhale, lift. It's a bit of a stretch. Contract the core coming down. Inhale, lift. To the side, contract the core. And return. To the other side, exhale, contract the core. Return. Pull the elbows back, contract the core. Return. And again, contract the core coming down. Inhale, come up. Contract the core to the side. Inhale, come up. Contract the core, other side. And return. Leave the arms overhead, contract the core. Return. Release. Final set of 2, and that will be contract the core, pause on empty, 1, 2. Back to mountain, toes, knees, tailbone, shoulders, all of it. Feel it. Final set of 2, contracting the core, pause on empty, 1, 2. Inhale, bring the arms up, stretch. Exhale, contract the core, pause on empty, 1, 2. Inhale, return. Exhale, side, contract the core, pause empty, 1, 2, return. Other side, pause on empty, 1, 2, return. Sweep the arms behind, pause on empty, 1, 2, return, stretch. Final set. Exhale, contract the core, pause on empty, 1, 2, come on up. Contract the core, pause on empty, 1, 2, and up. Contract the core, pause on empty, 1, 2, and up. Sweep the arms behind, contract the core, pause on empty, 1, 2, and up. And release. Again, find your inner mountain. Find your inner mountain, toes, knees, tailbone, shoulders, extension, and breath. And breath. Coming back to rest. So in our next series, we'll be working with the same 2, 2, and 2. Normal, contract core, pause. So let's bring 1 foot back and step 1 foot forward. So we're going to begin with a stretch to the core. So let's bend the knee. First, check out your alignment, knee, ankle, toe, squaring hips and shoulders. So on the inhale, sweep the arms up and stretch the core. On the exhale, fold and touch. Bend the knee, sweep the arms. On the inhale, come up, stretch the core. On the exhale, fold, touch. Take a breath. Again, next set. Bend the knee, sweep the arms up, stretch the core. Contract the core. Bend the knee, sweep the arms up, stretch the core. Contract the core. Take a breath. Our final 2 will be pause on empty, 1, 2. Bend the knee, sweep the arms up, stretch the core. Squeeze the breath out, pause on empty, 1, 2. Bend the knee, sweep the arms up, stretch the core. Squeeze the breath out, pause on empty, 1, 2, and release, and release. Come back to center. Check in with the breath. Breath responding to the work for sure. So the second side, foot forward, foot back. Widen base, find alignment. So the first side was all about movement. The second side will try stay. So here we go. Bend the knees, sweep the arms up, and stretch the core, stay. Pressing front and back heel. Feeling the lift of the rib cage. Feeling that stretch through the core. Okay, on the exhale, fold down, hands to rest, breath free. 2 breaths here. Then the next exhale, contract the core. Inhale, free. Again, contract the core. Inhale, free. Take a breath. Our final 2 breaths here will be contract the core, pause on empty, 1, 2. So it's exhale, contract the core, pause on empty, 1, 2. Take a breath. Contract the core, pause on empty, 1, 2, and take a breath. And release, and release, and release. Release for balance challenge. So we'll just pick an easy Vrikshasana tree balance. But what I'd like you to notice is how the core muscles are moving and responding and stabilizing. So whichever foot you want to start with, come off the mat if you like, foot behind, in front, but come to the core and feel movement. All the movements are the stabilizing. Okay, let's change sides. Did you do your best side first? I did. So foot in front, behind, or in the center. Attention to the core as it helps stabilize. And we release and release, and we are coming on down. Coming to the ground. Come on down. So once more, hands and knees. Once more, Chakravarkasana. Easy, soft. Easy, soft. Breath free. So, stabilizing core. We got some easy ones to do and some hard ones too. And I like to start with forearm, forearm on the ground. Foot drop, foot back, and drop the hips and stay breathing. Contracting core for sure. Drop the knees, press back, arms, shoulders back, stretching, breath free. So now we'll come to down facing dog and we will stay, and you'll find is how easy it is to contract the core on the stay. So turn toes under, press the hips high, bring the head between the elbows, and come to breath. Next few breaths, contract the core. On exhales, contract the core. Okay, release. The final 2 breaths here will contract the core, pause on empty, 1, 2. Exhale, contract the core, pause on empty, feel it, 1, 2. Then inhale the breath. Contract the core, pause, feel it, 1, 2. Inhale the breath. Drop back to the knees. Return to easy, soft Chakravarkasana, breath free. So we'll pause here and come on to the belly. So we're coming on down and bringing elbows forward and forehead resting and relaxing, breath free. So as we move into Bhujangasana Cobra, we're going to pay attention to stretching the core. So stretching the core. So let's leave the arms where they are and press the palms down and peel the ribs up and feel that stretch through the core. Feel it. Breath is free. We're enjoying the stretch, 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 and calm down. Come down and relax. Now I want to check in with contracting the core. So pull the belly button into the spine, feel it. Unbutton, release. Pull the belly to the spine, button it. Feel it, unbutton it, release. One more time, pull the belly to the spine, button it. Unbutton, release. And back to the stretch. Press the arms down, peel the ribs up, and stay breath free. Stretching core. Bhujangasana, stretching that core. Final breath and down, forehead to rest. Breath free. So as we move into the legs, we will be using the button the navel to the spine technique to contract the core on the releases. So let's leave the arms where they are. Leave the forehead resting. Bring attention to the legs, to the hips. And on the inhale, lift the left leg. Pause, feel it. Contract the core, button the navel to the spine, bring the leg down. Unbutton. Take a breath. On the right, lift the leg. Stay, feel it. Feel the work in the back of the leg and the hip. On the exhale, button the navel to the spine, let the leg down, unbutton, and release. Take a breath. Take a breath. Returning to the left side. On the inhale, lift and stay. On the exhale, button the navel to the spine, let the leg down. When it touches, unbutton. Take a breath. On the right, lift the leg and stay. On the exhale, button the navel to the spine, squeeze leg down. When it touches, unbutton, release. This final set will bring in the stretch and the contract. So press the arms down, peel the ribs up, lift the left leg and stay. Button the navel to the spine, let the leg down, bring the forehead down. You're down, relax, unbutton, have a breath. Press the arms down, peel the ribs up, lift the right leg and stay. Okay, on the release, button the navel to the spine, let the leg down, let the head down, unbutton. Breath free. Breath free, coming back to rest. Telling you, yes, that was work for the body. Working to strengthen the back and also strengthen the core. So we'll be rolling over onto the back. Take another breath or two here. Okay, let's release, roll over, come on to the back. Come on to the back, get yourself settled. Get settled on the back. Pick up the knees, hug the knees. And just massage the low back again with circles. With circles. And come back to rest. Now, spinal twist. So we'll see the lying down twist or the seated twist, which one works the core more. Open the arms wide, cross one leg over the other, roll the knees down, turn the head away and stay. Picture the wringing of the towel image. Come back on the inhale breath, roll the knees the other way, turn the head away. What do you feel in the core? Where do you feel the squeeze, the ring, wringing out? Final breath, back to center, uncross, cross the other way. Leg over, knees down. Where do you feel it in the core? Head turns away. We'll release the head, release the knees, roll to that other side. Where do you feel it in the core? Transverse abdominis, that's what I feel right here. Final breath, head to center, knees to center, uncross, hug it up. Hug it up and circle again to release tension in the low back, to increase circulation. All good. Massage, massage feels so good. Back to center, hug it up and roll over and come to sit. Sit on the blanket if you like. Sit on the blanket. This helps to tip the pelvis a bit. Gives us a little more range of movement. So we were doing the lying down twist and seeing which one works the core more. Now we're going to work with a seated twist. Easy legs. It's called Sukhasana, just whatever's comfortable. Hand across, hand behind, lengthen. And exhale, turn and turn and turn on exhales. What do you feel in the core? The outer rim, the inner rim, the center. Wringing out that towel. Release the head. Release the hands. Release back to center. Check it out for the other side. Hand across, hand behind, lengthen, and gradually and gently deepen your way. Deeper and deeper into the twist. Where do you feel it? Inner core, ribs, outer core, transverse abdominis, rectus abdominis, all in, wringing out that towel. Release the head. Release the hands. Release, release, release back to center. Release the legs. Wrap under, hug up, and stretch. Breath free. So we'll release, come back up to sit. And so let's look at having a bit more work with the core. The breath will remain free. We're going to sit back a little bit, lift the knees, extend the legs, extend the arms, feel what's going on. So I want to keep the knees bent. I want to feel the work in the core. Now we're going to add work. Bring the arms up. Bring the legs down. And fold over, fold over, fold over. Paschimottanasana. Stay. Breath free. Come back up. Come back up. Come back up. So we're ready to come onto the back and prepare for relaxation. So you will bring your blanket, your pillow, or whatever supports work for you, and bring yourself down to the ground. Bring yourself down to the ground, settling. Settling hips. Settling legs. Settling arms and shoulders. Settling back. We find our way into Shavasana. Settling hips and legs. Settling shoulders and arms. Settling head, move around, make it comfortable. As we move our way into letting go, Shavasana, a guided relaxation. So final settling here, get comfortable and bring all of your attention to the hips, to the legs. Attention to hips and legs, squeeze and tighten, power squeeze, feel it, let go and soften hips and legs. Shoulders. Shoulders to the ears, stretch through the fingers, lift the head an inch and bring it gently down. Stretch through the fingers and release them all to the ground. Come to the jaw. Soften, move, and stretch the jaw. And release, stretch the tongue toward the chin. And release, press lips, wrinkle nose, squint, squeeze, release, soften. Soften, we come back through the body bit by bit. We come back through the body, checking in to discover any remaining tension, toes. We're softening through arches, heels, and ankles. We're softening up the legs, calves, shins, knees. We're softening upper legs, hips, and belly. We feel the whole lower body, releasing, letting go. Become aware of the spine, the support, the curves, the sensation there. And feel the heaviness, the weight of the shoulders, arms, hands, heavy down. Now notice how the fingers have relaxed and softened. Relaxing, softening. Come to the throat, soften. To the lips, soften. Tongue floating, teeth not touching. Cheeks soften, relax. The eyes, behind the eyes, soften, relax. Brow and scalp, soften, relax. Whole body letting go. No tension in the body. With no tension in the body, notice how the breath has responded. So the body relaxes, the breath relaxes, we look a bit deeper, mind and thought. Sounds can come. Just stay anyway, let the sound pass away. Thought. You're carried away by a thought. When you find yourself there, release the thought, come back here. Return to the body. Return to the body. Look deepest. Look deepest, and you'll find that stillness and peace. That's what's there. And just stay in that peace.
Come back to the breath.
Come back to the breath, return to the body, return to movement and stretch. And as you return, we come to a close. I hope you keep with you ease in your body and strength, the balance, energy, and the peace until the next time. I thank you.